Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Feel free to like and subscribe, it would mean so much to me. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the audiobooks and ebooks I hope to read by the end of the year. We are going to start with the first audio ebook that I plan on finishing this year is Daisy Jones and the Six, and I'm just going to read the summary real quick. A gripping novel about a whirlwind rise of an iconic 1970s rock group and their beautiful lead singer, revealing the mystery behind their infamous breakup. Everyone knows Daisy Jones and the Six, but nobody knows the real reason why they split up at the absolute height of their popularity until now. Daisy is a girl coming of age in LA in the late 60s, sneaking into clubs on the Sunset Strip, sleeping with rock stars, and dreaming of singing at the Whiskey A Go-Go. The sex drugs are thrilling, but it's the rock and roll she loves the most. By the time she's 20, her voice is getting noticed, and she has the kind of heedless beauty that makes people do crazy things. Another band getting noticed is the Six, led by the brooding Billy Dune. On the eve of their first tour, his girlfriend Camila finds out she's pregnant, and with the pressure of impending fatherhood and fame, Billy goes a little wild on the road. Daisy and Billy cross paths when a producer realizes the key to supercharged success is to put the two together. What happens next will become the stuff of legends. And that is a summary for Daisy Jones and the Six, ebook / audiobook that I plan on finishing this year. Probably heard of it. I heard of it through TikTok, Instagram, Booktube. Seems like a lot of people really enjoyed it, so I really hope to get to it soon. And the next audio book or ebook that I plan on finishing this year is The Towering Sky, and it's part of the 1,000 Floor series. It's the third book in the series. I've already listened to the first two, and I really like the series so far, full of twists and turns. And I'm just going to read the summary real quick. Welcome back to New York, a skyscraper city fueled by impossible dreams where the lives of 5 teenagers have become intertwined in ways that no one could have imagined. Lita just wants to move on from what happened in Dubai until a new investigation forces her to seek help from the person she spent all year trying to forget. Rylan is back in her old life, reunited with an old flame, but when she starts seeing Cord again, she finds herself torn between worlds and 2 very different boys. Calliope feels trapped, playing a long con that costs more than she bargained for. What happens when all her lies catch up with her? Watt is still desperately in love with Lita. He'll do anything to win her back, even dig up secrets that are better left buried. And now that Avery is home from England with a new boyfriend Max, her life seems more picture perfect than ever. So why does she feel like she'd rather be anything but perfect? That is The Towering Sky, the third book in the 1,000 Floor series. If you haven't read this series, highly recommend it. Really great series. The next audio ebook I plan on getting to this year is Get a Life, Chloe Brown. It looks like it's part of a series as well. Haven't started it yet, and I'm just going to read the summary real quick. Chloe Brown is a chronically ill computer geek with a goal, a plan, and a list. After almost but not quite dying, she's come up with 6 directives to help her get a life, and she's already completed the first, finally moving out of her glamorous family's mansion. The next items: enjoy a drunken night out, ride a motorcycle, go camping, have meaningless but thoroughly enjoyable sex, travel the world with nothing but hand luggage, and do something bad. But it's not easy being bad, even when you've written step-by-step guidelines on how to do it correctly. What Chloe needs is a teacher, and she knows just the man for the job. Red Morgan is a handyman with tattoos, a motorcycle, and more sex appeal than 10,000 Hollywood heartthrobs. He's also an artist who paints the night and hides his work in the light of day, which Chloe knows because she spies on him occasionally, just the tiniest bit. But when she enlists Red in her mission to rebel, she learns things about him that no spy session could teach her, like why he clearly resents Chloe's wealthy background and why he never shows his art to anyone, and what really lies beneath his rough exterior. Sounds like a really interesting, good book. I have the audiobook on Audible, and I hope to get to it this year. Next book audio ebook I hope to get to this year is Never Have I Ever by Jocelyn Jackson. I heard about this book on Booktube as a recommendation, so I thought I'd check it out. And I'm just going to read the summary real quick. Amy Way is proud of her ordinary life and the simple pleasures that come with it. Teaching driving lessons, baking cookies for her new neighbors, helping her best friend Charlotte run their local book club. Her greatest joy is her family, her devoted professor husband, her spirited 15-year-old stepdaughter, her adorable infant son, and of course the steadfast and supportive Charlotte. But Amy's sweet, uncomplicated life begins to unravel when the mysterious and alluring Angelica Rose arrives on her doorstep one book club night. Sultry and magnetic, Rose beguiles the group with her feral charm. She keeps the wine flowing and lures them into a game of spilling secrets. Everyone thinks it's naughty, harmless fun. Only Amy knows better. Something wicked has come her way. A she-devil in a pricey red sports car who seems to know the terrible truth about who she is and what she once did. When they're alone, she tells her that if she doesn't give her what she asked for, what she deserves, she's going to make Amy pay for her sins, one way or another. To protect herself and her family and save the life she's built, Amy must beat the devil at her own clever game, matching wits with Ruth in an escalating war of hidden past and unearthed secrets. Amy knows the consequences if she can't beat Ruth. What terrifies her is everything she can lose if she wins. So it sounds like a little bit of a thriller, might be good for Halloween, October, fall, and I hope to get to it this year. The next audio ebook I plan on getting to this year is From Twinkle with Love. I decided to listen to the audiobook because I really enjoyed the author's other book, When Dimple Met Rishi. And I'm just going to read the summary real quick. An aspiring teen filmmaker finds her voice and falls in love in this delightful romantic comedy. Always love a good romantic comedy. An aspiring filmmaker and wallflower, Twinkle Mahara, has stories she wants to tell and universes she wants to explore. If only the world would listen. So when fellow film geek Sahil Roy approaches her to direct a movie for the upcoming summer festival, Twinkle is all over it. The chance to publicly showcase her voice as a director, dream come true. The fact that it gets her closer to her longtime crush, Neil Roy, Sahil's twin brother, dream come true number 2. When a mystery man, N, begins emailing her, Twinkle is sure it's Neil, finally ready to begin their happily ever after. The only slightly inconvenient problem is that in the course of movie making, she's fallen madly in love with the irresistibly adorable Sahil. Twinkle soon realizes that the resistance is futile. The romance she's got is not one she's scripted, but will it be enough? So, sounds like a good romantic comedy. I'll be interested to find out who's emailing her, if it's really Neil, who she ends up with. The next audio ebook that I plan on getting to this year is Roomies by Christina Lauren. And I'll just read you the summary real quick. Marriages of convenience are so inconvenient. For months, Holland Baker has invented excuses to descend into the subway station near her apartment Drawn to the captivating music performed by her street musician crush, lacking the nerve to actually talk to the gorgeous stranger, fate steps in one night in the form of a drunken attacker. Calvin McLaughlin rescues her, but quickly disappears when the police start asking questions. Using the only resources she has to pay the brilliant musician back, Holland gets Calvin an audition with her uncle, Broadway's hottest musical director. When the tryout goes better than even Holland could have imagined, Calvin is set for a great entry into Broadway until his reason for disappearing earlier becomes clear. He's in the country illegally, his student visa having expired years ago. Seeing that her uncle needs Calvin as much as Calvin needs him, a wild idea takes a hold of her. Impulsively, she marries the Irishman. Her infatuation is secret only to him. As their relationship evolves and Calvin becomes the darling of Broadway in the middle of the theatrics and acting, not acting, will Holland and Calvin realize they both have stopped pretending a long time ago. I love the fake dating, fake relationship trope, so I feel like this book will be right up my alley. And I like the fact that it's set in like New York and Broadway. So I hope to get to the audiobook soon. The next audio or ebook that I plan on getting to this year is The Price Guide to the Occult. I hope to get to this book this year. And I'm just gonna read the summary real quick. When Rona Blackburn landed on Anathema Island more than a century ago, her otherworldly skills might have benefited friendlier neighbors. Guilt and fear instead led the island's original 8 settlers to burn the witch out of her home, so Rona cursed them. Fast forward 100 and some years, all Nora Blackburn wants is to live an unremarkable teenage life. She has reason to hope. First, her supernatural powers, if they can be called that, are unexceptional. Second, her love life is non-existent, which means she might escape the other perverse side effect of the matriarch's backfiring curse too. But then a mysterious book comes out promising to cast any spell for the right price. Nora senses a storm coming and is pretty sure she'll be smack in the eye of it. In her second novel, Leslie Walton spins a dark, mesmerizing tale of a girl stumbling along the path toward self-acceptance and first love. Even as the price guides male violent author, Nora's own mother looms and threatens to strangle any hope of happiness. So it sounds like a good fall, autumn read. I love books that have like magic, witches, and mystery. Sounds like a really good book. I like that there's some romance in it too. And the next audio book or ebook that I plan on getting to this year is Velvet Undercover by Terry Brown. And I'll just read you the summary real quick. Samantha Donaldson's family has always done its duty for the British Crown. In the midst of World War I, 17-year-old Sam follows in their footsteps, serving her country from the home front as a girl guide and messenger for the intelligence organization M15. After her father disappears on a diplomatic mission, she continues their studies of languages, high-level mathematics, and complex puzzles and codes, hoping to make him proud. When Sam is asked to join the famed women's spy group, La Dame Blanche, she's torn. This could be the adventure she's always dreamed of, but how can she abandon her mother, who has already lost a husband to the war? But when her handlers reveal shocking news, Samarella realizes there's no way she can refuse the exciting and dangerous opportunity. Her acceptance leads her straight into the heart of enemy territory on a mission to extract the most valuable British spy embedded in Germany, known to the members of the LDB only as Velvet. Deep undercover within the court of Kaiser William II, Samantha must navigate the labyrinthine palace and its many glamorous and secretive residents to complete her assignment. To make matters worse, she finds herself forming a forbidden attraction to the enemy, a dangerously handsome German guard, in a place where personal politics are Treacherously entangled in wartime policy, can Samantha discover the truth and find Velvet before it's too late for them both? So, what interested me about the book is I love a book with spies. I also like enemies to lovers romances, so it sounds like it's going to be a really good book. The next audio book or ebook that I plan on getting to this year is Dreamology by Lucy Keating, and I'm just going to read the summary real quick. For as long as Alice can remember, she's dreamed of Max. Together they have traveled the world and fallen deliriously, hopelessly in love. Max is the boy of her dreams, and only her dreams because he doesn't exist. But when Alice walks into class on her first day at a new school, there he is. Real Max is nothing like Dream Max. He's stubborn and complicated, and he has a whole life Alice isn't a part of. Getting to know each other in reality isn't as perfect as Alice always hoped. Alarmingly, when their dreams start to bleed into their waking hours, the pair realize they might have to put an end to a lifetime of dreaming about each other. But when you fall in love in your dreams, can reality ever be enough? Sounds like a really good book. I hope to get to it this year. I think it's got an interesting premise. The next audio ebook that I plan to get to this year is By a Thread by Lucy Score, and I'm just going to read the summary real quick. Dominique, I got her fired. Okay, so I'd had a bad day and took it out on a bystander in a pizza shop, but there's nothing innocent about Ali Morales. She proves that her first day of her new job in my office after being hired by my mother. So maybe her colorful, annoying, inexplicably alluring personality brightens up the magazine's offices that have felt like a prison for the past year. Maybe I like that she argues with me in front of the editorial staff, and maybe my after-hours fantasies are haunted by those brown eyes and that sharp tongue. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to be the next Rousseau man to take advantage of his position. I might be a second-generation asshole, but I'm not my father. She's working herself to death at half a dozen dead-end jobs for some secret reason she doesn't feel like sharing with me, and I'm going to fix it all. Don't accuse me of caring. She's nothing more than a puzzle to be solved. If I can get her to quit, I can finally peel away all those layers. Then I can go back to salvaging the family name and forget all about dancing, beer-slinging brunette. So sounds like an enemies to lovers kind of romance. Really enjoy those. I hope to get to this audio book this year. Next audiobook or ebook that I plan on getting to this year is Georgia Peaches and Other Forbidden Fruit. I'll just read you the summary real quick. Joanna Gordon has been out and proud for years, but when her popular radio evangelist father remarries and decides to move all three of them from Atlanta to their more conservative Rome, Georgia, he asks Joe to do the impossible, to lie low for the rest of her senior year, and Joe reluctantly agrees. Although it is mostly much easier for Joe to fit in as a straight girl, things get complicated when she meets Mary Carlson, the oh-so-tempting sister of her new friend at school, but Joe couldn't possibly think of breaking her promise to her dad, even if she's starting to fall for the girl, even if there's a chance Mary Carlson might be interested in her too, right? Sounds like a good book. Looks like it's a sapphic romance. I love that. And I hope to get to it this year. The next audio or ebook that I plan on getting to this year is The Midnight Dance. I'm just going to read you the summary real quick. 17-year-old Penny is the lead dancer in the Grand Teatro, a finishing school where she and 11 other young women are training to become the finest ballerinas in Italy. Tucked deep into the woods, the school is overseen by the mysterious and handsome young master who keeps the girls ensconced in the estate and in the only life Penny has ever known. But when flashes of memories of life very different from the one she thinks she's been leading, starts to appear. Penny begins to question the Grand Teatro and the motivations of the master. With a kind and attractive kitchen boy Cricket at her side, Penny vows to escape the confines of her school and the strict rules that dictate every step she takes, but at every turn the master finds a way to stop her, and Penny must find a way to escape the school and uncover the secrets of her past before it's too late. I think what interested me about this book was like her having to uncover secrets of her past, not remembering her past. I hope to get to this ebook this year. And the next audio or ebook that I plan on getting to this year is The Frame Up by Megan Scott Mullen. Sounds like a mystery crime novel. Really love those. And I'm just going to go ahead and read you the summary real quick. M.G. Martin lives and breathes geek culture. She even works as a writer for the comic book company she idolized as a kid. But despite her love of hooded vigilantes, M.G. prefers her comics to stay on page. But when LA starts recreating crime scenes from her favorite comic book, M.G. is the LAPD's best and only lead. She recognizes the golden arrow left at the scene as the calling card of her favorite comic book hero. The thing is, superheroes aren't real, are they? When the too handsome for his own good Detective Kildare asks her for her comic book expertise, MG is more than up for the adventure. Unfortunately, MG has a teeny little tendency to not follow rules, and her off-the-book sleuthing may land her in a world of trouble. So, sounds like a really good book. That is all I have for the audio and ebooks that I plan on getting to this year. Before I go, I just wanted to say, if you haven't taken advantage of the Script free trial and Audible's free trial, I highly recommend. They both offer free trials, and Audible gives you a free book, so check it out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.